Hello, everyone. Hopefully that's me going live on Facebook and YouTube. And if so, I'd love to see you if you're there. Oh dear, no, I've got funny messages coming up. I have no idea why. Okay, I hope everything's working. Oh, fingers crossed. Yeah, that's better. I seem to have all the right things up now. Technology, hate it. Anyway, I've got a lot to share with you today. I've got 3 cards to make because I couldn't decide what to do. So I've done actually 3 with the same stamp set that I'm going to show you. But first, there is some amazing news from Stamping Up. There's loads of things happened this week. Excuse me. Every Tuesday we get updates about what's happening in the Stamping Up world. And there's just so much new. I can't almost get all my head around it. Firstly, there is going to be an advent calendar this year, one to purchase. It's £94, but it does include a stamp set and 12, don't know what they are because we don't know what's in it, but they are going to be dies, embellishments, paper, crafting supplies, tools. There's so much in it. So 12 days of Christmas. So there's 12 doors to open as an advent calendar for Christmas. And that could be quite interesting. So I think I might have to get one just to see. And they're suggesting we buy one for friends. I'd rather make sure I know what's in it first. But anyway, that's coming out. That's going to be available from the 23rd of September. Yeah. I think it's only available while stocks last. I don't know how big the stock pile is, but hopefully you'll get it if you don't leave it too late. On top of that, we've also got a stamp sale on Thursday, I think it is. Hang on, I think, what date is it today? I have no idea. What is the date today? 16th, isn't it? Yeah, so it's Thursday. 24 hours, there will be a Stamptacular sale. And that means that all stamp sets and stamp tools are going to be on sale for an amazing 15% discount just for 24 hours. Now, bundles are not included. So that's a shame because I think there's a bundle I quite like. But you can get the stamp set at 15% off, so that's good. So if there is a stamp set you want, then, you know, September's a good time. And what other news is there? So, yeah, 16th. So that is going to be the Thursday for 24 hours only. So don't miss out if that's the case. There was something else as well. Oh, yes, they're going to start group shipping, which means it's what I used to do anyway, which is if people wanted orders, they could get in touch with me and I'll then split the shipping between however many people are. So it's going to be a similar thing. So we'll wait and see what happens there. I haven't got the details on that yet. That is going to start from here by the middle of October, so it's a little while yet. But that's a good thing, I think, as well for some of my customers, because if you're just buying a stamp set or two, or just want a stamp set or a set of embellishments or a lot of paper, then the shipping on top is a lot of money. So it'd be good to be able to group orders together again, which would be great. So I'm not sure how it'll work with this new reward system, but no doubt I'll get some more information on that. So lots of news going on, but let us get on with some crafting today. If you are watching, do let me know where you're from and what you're watching. So today I wanted to use the Peaceful Garden Suite, and that comes with all sorts of, just put those there carefully because there's bits inside them, all sorts of goodies. So the suite itself, it has a stamp set, the Peace on Earth stamp set, which is beautiful. You've got a whole range of sentiments. You've got a sort of big hugs, so that could be for almost anything. Heartfelt prayers with deepest sympathy. Peace on Earth for a Christmas one. Love, peace, love and joy. Sending, wishing you, so you can obviously mix and match all of these. All the best in your new adventure. So a really lovely general sentiment set, which I really like. And then it has, and these what sold me on this bundle, it has these gorgeous dies. So you've got these 2 doves, and the detail in the wing cuts out, as you can see. You've got these 2 little, these cut slots. I'll show you because I cut them, if I haven't lost them. I did cut them out to show you what they were. I've just realised. Oh, there they are, sitting in here. Hang on. I'll just find one. There were 2. Don't know where the other one. Oh, there it is, the bottom of my sheet. So these are they cut out 2 together. It's 1 die. And I think those, we can attach those and put ribbon through. You can sort of thread ribbon through those, I think. I've not actually used them yet. I cut them out just to see what they looked like, and they are very nice. We'll have to wait and see. I'll have to fiddle with those and think about how to use them. So that's that die. And then you've got 3 stars, and you've got this lovely leaf and a small leaf, a little branch that the doves can hold, and then like an olive branch. And then we've got 2 really lovely shaped frames here. So it's a gorgeous set. A little bit sad that some of the other things didn't come with stamps as well, like the leaves, but the whole suite itself comes with this embossing folder. This is a 3D embossing folder that is called Peaceful Greenery, and as you can see, it's a frame that fits the frame from the dies, and it's just got lots of greenery around it. So that's the 3D embossing folder. Then there is this gorgeous ribbon. This is Misty Moonlight and Silver Edged ribbon, which is just, you can see that, hopefully you can see the little edges on that. It's a beautiful ribbon. Never seen a ribbon like that. Really like it. There is this set of hues of blue, I think they're called. Yes, hues of blue flowers. So a whole range of different blues, cloud cover through to Misty Moonlight and Night of Navy. And then the beauty of this, which is one reason that I wanted to have a play with this set, it has this set of DSP. Where's my opening? There it is. And these are beautiful sheets of DSP. So you've got this lovely one with the doves on, with some lovely sprigs and flowers on the back, which is very Christmassy, I think that looks like. Then you've got these, whatever they are, rhododendron-like, hydrangea-like, I don't know. Anyway, those flowers with some lovely stars on the back. Then we have this lovely sprig flowers with berries, plus this colour on the back, which is lovely. That would be a background for all sorts of things, I think. Then we have, I'll show you that one. Then we have this, again, these lovely, again, dark blue, a Night of Navy with flowers and leaves, and a lovely sort of mixed pattern, splodgy sort of pattern green. Then we have these doves carrying olive branches with these doves with this basic beige colour on the back, and one final one, which is these sort of flower stems, weed stems, really, I don't know, flower stems with this lovely beige sort of patterny thing, sort of splodgy pattern on the back. So really like splodgy patterns. I think they work very well as background. So I just love this DSP. I think it's beautiful. Not the only thing that it comes. Oh, look, I've just destroyed that. I've got those perfectly balanced, and now I've just thrown them all off. Various bits there because I've got them cut out of these lovely glimmer papers. So you have glimmer papers. Can't open that either. This end. 3 colours of glimmer paper. Oops. So we have the green, we have this grey, and we have blue. So 3 beautiful colours of glimmer paper, 2 sheets of each, 2 12 by 12 sheets of each colour. So 6 sheets of the glimmer paper. Beautiful, beautiful suite. So let's now get some of my things out and show you what I've been doing. I've done a lot of preparation for these. Is that, no, that's my third one. I'm going to do these first. Right. Lots of preparation because there's quite a lot of die cutting and things involved. So I've used here, I'm making a landscape card, and I've used blueberry bushel actually for my colour for this one, just because. And this is my normal landscape card base, which is 10.5 centimetres by full length of A4, 29.6, scored at 14.8. If you're working with US cardstock, that is the full length, 11 inches by 4¼ inches, scored at 5.5. Then I've also cut a piece of white, basic white card, and this is not quite my same size as the same size as my normal layer because it's slightly narrower. So it's the same width, which is 10 centimetres wide, or on from US cardstock 4 inches wide, and this is by 5 inches long, or for us it's around 13.8 centimetres, something like that, wide. And that just fits beautifully the gorgeous 3D embossing folder that I showed you. So that's what the embossing folder looks like when it's come through with the card. Comes through beautifully. So I'm very pleased with that. So I've got one of those ready. I've got a piece for inside the card. I've cut a length of the ribbon because I want to put that across there. And I've cut the frames, and I've cut the larger frame out from the blue glimmer paper and the smaller one that I'm going to stamp on from basic white. Then I've also cut the two doves so you can see what those look like. And can you see it cuts through the wings, so there's actually separate feathers, which I really, really love. So those are the doves there. Oops. Yeah, hopefully you can see those okay. And then I've cut, I'll just show you on here because I'm going to drop them otherwise, various of the branches. Again, I've cut them from the blue glimmer paper. So let us get on. What I haven't done is got my stamps ready, which was daft. Could have done that before, but I forgot. And I want to use the piece on earth. So I'm making these as Christmas cards, as you know, and trying to get ready for Christmas before going on my big holiday, just before Christmas. So I'm using the piece on earth for there. And inside, I'm going to use a sentiment from the Stars at Night, which is a set from last year, because I rather like these. And I'm going to use the Merry Christmas, I think. Or should we use no, we'll use the Merry Christmas. I'm going to get them both out because I probably want to use both of them. These are very well used, as you can see from last year. And I probably will I also use the stars from there in a bit as well. But let me just find a suitable block. Will this one fit on there? Not really. Let's have, where is my, I seem to have lost half my blocks. Don't know where they've gone. I'll stick it on there for now. Oh, doesn't want to stick down. I'll just wet it slightly. That usually works just to help stick them down. There we go. So I've used Blueberry Bushel as the background, so I'm going to use Blueberry Bushel for stamping. And I think it matches the blue glimmer paper. The blue glimmer paper, I don't know if you can see from there, but it actually has lighter blue and darker blue splodges in it, specks of glitter. So it will match Night of Navy, and it also matches my Blueberry Bushel as well as Misty Moonlight. So it's actually quite nice because it sort of matches all of these things. So I'm going to stamp the piece on earth on the front. So I've already cut out my frames. I need to get this nice and straight now. There we go. Leave that there because I'll be using it again. And on the inside piece, just drop those off. There we go. I'm going to do, which should we do? Brightest and best, or yeah, why not? Wishing you the brightest and best this holiday season. That'll do. So you do have to use sentiments from another set because this particular set has lots of sentiments but no actual pictures in it. Nothing actually there. I think I shall use, what have we got? We've got that upright star thing. I think I might use that. There were stars in another set. Let me just go and have a look over there. No, I can't find it. Somewhere I had a little group of stars in one of the sets I've been playing with, and I can't remember what. This has got a little line of stars. Could use those. Yeah, I'll use those. This has got a little line of stars. I'm just going to use those to decorate the inside, because as you know, I like to have a bit of decoration on the inside as well as on the outside. And that will actually do, move again. Apologies, dashing all around here. I need some envelopes for my cards. So I'm going to put those stars on my envelope as well. And I think on the envelope, I'm going to make them a sort of, they go larger to smaller. So I'll have them this way around. So the smaller stars are in the corner like that. And I'm going to do the same thing in the top corner. So I'll outline my envelope like that. And while we're here, and I'll reverse them this time and have my large one in the corner there. So as I said, do let me know where you're from, where you're watching from, what you think about what I'm doing. I do like to know. What do you think about the Advent calendar? I'm quite excited about that, I must say. Right, so that's that. get my cloth out because I've managed to be quite heavy-handed with the ink there. Get it all over my stamp. I shall leave that there because I'll probably use that again. Let us make this card up first. So I'm doing, today I'm doing 2 Christmas cards and 1 with sympathy card. So, because we still need those, and I know it's still only early September, but with going away so long, honestly, yeah, another Tombow nearly empty. So I'll stick the inside bit in first. There we go. And then I'm going to stick this. I'm going to stick the outside piece down, but before I stick it down, I'm going to stick my ribbon around it. So to do that, I'm going to grab, got it all buried, my tear and tape, and just tear off a little bit to stick where I want the ribbon to be behind. So I'm on the reverse side here with the debossed leaves and things. So luckily the frame, because it's got the curves each end, means it's very easy to get the right place to stick your ribbon. So just take the first off. Oh, come here, bin. There we go. Don't think there's a front or a back to this ribbon. No, don't think there is at all. So we're just going to fold it round and stick one piece round like that. And then do the same with the other end. I'm working right towards the front of my desk today. I hope you can see okay. So make sure it's flat at the front, and then I'm very generous with the ribbon, was I really? So that just gives me that piece of ribbon going across. And I'm not going to bother sticking it in the middle because I'm going to stick the frames on top of that. So I don't need to worry about that. But I am going to put a fair bit of glue on because it's quite heavily embossed. They're quite deep embossed, these embossing folders. So I do put a fair bit of glue on to make sure that it's going to stick. And then I can stick that sort of in the middle. It's the only thing that I could have made it a bit wider, but then it doesn't quite fit in the embossing folder so well, but it means I've got a bigger gap at either side rather than top and bottom, just because of the shape of the embossing folder, which is made for the US cardstock, not our cardstock. Right, so before I stick my frames on, I am actually going to stick some of these leaves on. So I've cut these leaves out of the glimmer paper. So I'm just going to pop a few little dabs of glue on the, well, hopefully on the leaf and not on the desk, which that one was. I'll wipe that up in a second. Now, sticking these on first because I want to stick the, there we go, I'm just going to curve it around. The beauty of these thin die cuts is you can shape them slightly when you're placing them on your work surface because you can put them wherever you want really. And just shape them a little bit if you wanted. I've only done 2. I think that's probably enough for here. We'll see. Perhaps I should have done more. It's quite a big area to fill. But my idea was to have one at the top and one at the bottom, so we'll do that. So again, I'm sticking that down and then curling the end in just to where I want it to be, like that. And I've got these little tiny ones as well, which I could have in my, holding my, with my doves. Shall I have my doves holding them? Possibly. Perhaps leave that for a minute and wait and see. So I'm going to put my big piece on, my underneath frame, if you like that. If you wanted to save some of your glimmer paper, I didn't, I was profligate with it in a way, but you can always cut out some of your shapes from the middle of this where it's going to be covered anyway. Just a little hint of saving glimmer paper. And that's come off exactly as I wanted from the corners. Then I'm going to stick this one on flat as well. And the reason is that I'm going to put my doves up on dimensional. So I didn't want too much dimension on my actual card. So I'm going to stick that flat. I'm just going to hold it down for a second because sticking onto glimmer paper, it does just need a a little bit longer than normal just to make sure it's stuck down. There we go. And then I have my doves. I did have two. There's the other one. And I'm going to pop some dimensionals across there. And I'm trying quite hard not to stick it where the cuts are in the actual die, because I want those to sort of stick out. And I'm just going to just bend them very slightly so that they do split and show their beauty. Shall see. Can't see anything in the chat, so no idea if anyone's watching. I hope so. Right, so let's have a look. I'm going to peel that off, and I'm going to have him this side, so sticking just like that. I want to show some of the ribbon as well, so I think we'll just turn it a bit like that. There we go. And this other one, the other side. Ugh. Struggling to get the backing off the, I've used the corner of my dimensional sheet, just struggling to get the backing off there. This particular dimension sheet, for some reason, just seems to be very, very difficult to get the backing off. And the whole sheet's been like that, and I've no idea why. One of those things. So I think we will have perhaps one of these. Let's see what this looks like. Difficult to get blobs tiny enough on these. It's very fiddly. So I think if I'm doing it again, I would actually cut it out with the backing, sticky back paper on it. You know what I mean? Because then, hopefully I'll get that dove just holding it. Perhaps I need to move it up a bit. There we go. There. So doves can hold that one. I don't think I'll put the other one right behind the dove. We'll have that just behind here. Getting glue all over my, and all over me, all over the work surface. There, I'm just going to wipe up that glue before I stick something in it. There we go. And I'd also cut out some stars. This is going to be a Christmas card, so I thought we'd have a few stars as well. Stuck to my finger, so I'm just going to use my finger to stick it on. I'm going to have one up in this corner. One up in this corner. Don't know why I'm putting them in the, I don't usually put them in the corners, but it just feels right. And I'm going to have my other one down here because it sort of balances where all the rest of the things are on the card. Could have had them all together somewhere, I don't know. We'll sure see what you think. But I quite like this idea. It's not going to be right in the corner because that would be looking really odd. So we're just going to put it there. So there we go. There is my Peace on Earth card. Wishing you the brightest and best holiday season with these gorgeous doves. So I hope you really like that. That's going to go with one of these. So I thought I'm going to see, because I couldn't decide which, I'm going to see what it's going to look like in a different colour scheme. Well, same colour scheme, but sort of reversed, if that's going to make any sort of sense at all. So this time I have a white card base, and I have cut my shapes out of white, basic white card, and I have embossed my blueberry bushel layer just to be different. But I'm going to make it a very similar card. So again, I've got my length of ribbon that I'm going to stick behind my embossed piece. So even with all the preparation, there's still quite a bit to making up this card. I was having great fun playing. What's your favourite Christmas type of Christmas stamp sets? I mean, do you like holly? Do you like baubles? Do you like, I don't know, what else? Christmas trees, cute characters. Because Stampin' Up has also, very much not even, but doesn't matter because it's only going to sit across the front. What else? Stars, poinsettias. There's some lovely, one of the sets of paper I'm probably going to be using next week has got lovely poinsettias on it. I haven't bought the whole suite, I've just bought the paper because I really liked it, because I already have a poinsettia stamp set which I'm going to use with it. So I can give you a sneak peek if you hang around because I've already made the card. Anyway, so this time I'm sort of reversing some of my colour scheme. So I've still got my blue basis because you can't stamp on glimmer paper. So I couldn't have reversed these and had the glimmer paper one on the top, because I would have had to have had a separate thing to stick the actual sentiment on. So I've decided to keep the same balance here. So sticking my glimmer paper on first, and then I'm going to stick on my stamped, because I haven't stamped it. Where's my stamp gone? There we go. Lost my blueberry bushel. There we go. Stamp my piece on earth in the middle of my other cut. That's got a slight notch out of it. I must have banged that without realising it. I'll have to cover that up somehow. So again, just hold that down a little bit to make sure it sticks to the glimmer paper, because things don't always stick very well to glimmer. Can be difficult. Sometimes using tape is better than liquid glue. Liquid glue works, you just have to be patient. While we're waiting for that to just stick on properly, actually, I will stamp the centre. I'm just going to do the same thing as before with the wishing you the best and brightest holiday season from last year's set, and the stars, if I can find them, as the decoration. There we go. Just close that before I drop something in it or do something else stupid. Right. Oops. Oh, dropping everything today. So this time, having stuck last time the blue ones on, we've got white now. So we'll see what these look like. We have, of course, got our fine detail glue, which I could use because I've got some on the desk, but I just tend to just go immediately for Tombow, just life. Now I might just put this slightly further over to cover up that little nick that I have in the bottom of the bottom of this sheet. There we go. That solves the problem. It fills in the hole. So I've got several of these, so I can have slightly more leaves on here. Probably because I just miscounted when I was having gaily die cutting loads and loads of stuff. That's fine. You can have as many or as few as you want, of course. So I think we'll have that one just going like that. Coming from nothing, but I'm not too bothered about that. I have some little ones here, of course, again. And if I wanted the doves to carry something this time, I really should have cut them from blue, not from white. So we definitely won't bother with that. We're going to stick these on here instead. I'm going to have that sticking around there, so it sort of follows the two stems sort of meet there. There. I'll have one at the top. Gosh, this is taking a long time just to do this, but it's fine. Don't you find crafting just so restful? I do anyway. So we'll have this one coming across the top. Again, just hold it down because we're sticking it onto a not flat surface with all the embossing, but it will do. There we are, it will stick down. Oh, I've got another little one, I'll put that on as well. Like that. Oh, stick down. There we go. And again, I'm going to put my doves on with some dimensionals, if I can get them off. Hopefully we can. I'm near the end of my sheet, so I'm using all sorts of middle bits. That one's a full one. Don't know why this particular dimensional packet really doesn't want to peel. It's backing off, but it does if I'm persistent, and that's all that matters. So I'm going to have my bottom one there. And another one again to this side. And then I have my white stars, and this time I'm going to have them just clustered in the corner here, just to be different. And this time I've actually put the glue, as you can see, where I actually want the stars to sit, rather than putting them on the back of the stars. Totally up to you which way around you do these things. There, another bit of glue on my work surface. Very good at getting glue everywhere. I have to clean this work surface so often, but that's fine. That's what work surfaces are about. So there are my two sort of reverse colour contrast cards. Don't know what you think. Which one do you like best? Oh, where's my other star gone? Just lost a star. Ah, I might have to go and cut another one because it's just fallen off. I don't know where it's gone. Yeah, that was very strange because it was stuck on. Not stuck to me, is it? No. Okay, well, I have no idea where that star's gone. We will have to find it in a bit. Oh, how peculiar. I don't think it's fallen behind the bird or anything. No. Right, well, I've had a star that's... No, those are just the blue ones. How peculiar. Okay, well, I shall cut another one in a bit. Just to fit on there, or I might leave it just with the two stars. I've no idea whether the third one's just vanished too, but there we go. There are those two cards. Which one do you like best? Let me know. Put in the chat which one you think is best, white or blue. I can't decide. I like them both actually. So anyway, those are the first ones I thought I'd make out of those two sort of reverse colours, because I couldn't decide which, so I did both. Can't believe I lost that star. I don't know where it's gone. Oh, it's on the floor. Of course it is. Found it, so I can just stick it on my card again. Oh, I did have it. Where is it? On this finger now. Sticking everywhere. Because of course it's got glue on it. There we go. I did find it in the end. Oh my goodness. Really? No, I think I've just, oh, never mind. Right, so this last card I was going to make, really, really simple card. And I'm going to use, I'm just going to clean these up because I'm going to swap, because this is not about Christmas. But I'm going to use another stamp from the set, which is the sympathy one, because it's got some beautiful, I'm just going to put these away so I don't lose them. I'm very good at leaving stamps on blocks and then wondering why my stamp sets are missing stamps. So I'm trying to be much better at putting things away before I then, there we go, put those in there. So that finishes with that. So I've got my Peace on Earth from my Peace on Earth set. Oh. So now I want to use with deepest sympathy, and I want to use, where is it? Heartfelt prayers, down the bottom here. Didn't see it for looking. We'll need to go on a long block, which I did have. There we go. So this time I'm going to use the sympathy card. So I've just done an ordinary card base for this one. This one is our usual 14.8 by 21 scored at 10.5. For US cardstock, 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. Then I have a piece of DSP. This is from the set I showed you, and this is the normal second level, second layer as I use them, DSP. So that's 10 centimeters by 14.3. If you're working with US cardstock, that's 4 by 5.25. And that's just simply going to be stuck on the front. Simple as that. Actually, I can't decide which one to use. I was going to use my doves. I have my doves anyway, so they could sit on here, or I can have my doves and have more doves on top. Which do you think? Anybody got any ideas? Which one shall I use? Shall I use that for the front, or shall I use that one? They're both beautiful patterns. I can't decide which. Anybody going to let me know what they think in the comments, and then perhaps, hopefully, I can make a decision. I'm going to hold the doves up on them. You can see the doves obviously better on this side because they really contrast on this side. Or I have the doves anyway there, but I'm going to add a couple more doves, obviously on dimensionals. Which do you think? I was going to use that piece, but actually I think I'm coming around to this piece. Nobody seems to be helping me by putting it in the chat. So I'm just going to make a choice. I think I'm going to use this side because I just think it's rather beautiful. I'm not sure, there isn't a sort of up or down. They face both ways, so I don't think that matters. Right, I've decided. Too late, everyone. I'm going to use the other side of this paper. This is more the misty moonlight side rather than the night of navy. So there we go. So I'm going to use that side. Choice already made. Too late for anything else. And then what I've got here is I've cut out a banner from the glimmer paper using the Stylish Shapes banner dies. So that's going to go behind my sentiment because I'm going to cut that out. And I'm going to use Night of Navy actually, because I was going to use the darker side. It doesn't matter. See how that looks? That's the grey glimmer paper, and it actually matches the Night of Navy ink. So I'm going to use that. So we're going to have With Deepest Sympathy. First time I've used the stamp, but it's actually stamped beautifully. That's good. I just remembered I didn't. Often for these quite small text stamps, then I will put them through Versamark first, but I haven't for that. That's okay. So I'm just going to let that dry for a second. We'll do the inside of the card, which is where I'm going to put my Heartfelt Prayers stamp. So again, just ink that up. And you can see on the stamp that it's new because the ink sort of almost produces little bubbles really on the stamp, but using Versamark first does help, and I just didn't bother with those, but they look okay having stamped that. Plenty of room to write anything else I want, because I always like to write a message when I'm doing a sympathy card, so I need lots of space for that. I haven't got anything else to put in there in terms of a decoration, but we do have this little leaf stamp again from my Stars at Night set, which does match these leaves here. So I think I might use that actually. And I shall use Night of Navy, but I shall stamp it off, which means getting out a scrap of paper. Oh, can't open the ink pad. Little hint, if you want to open ink pads and struggling, squeeze at the hinge because it sort of flips up the lid and then you can move the lid. So a little bit of a hint there. So I'm going to stamp off for this. I'm going to get another envelope. Oh. I haven't got an envelope for this one, and do the same thing on the envelope. So I'm just going to use this little branch, but I'm going to stamp off before I stamp it on the card. So that I'm taking off some of the ink before I stamp it on the card. Didn't stamp that leaf very well. Hang on, if I can line it up again. The beauty of clear stamps is that you usually can. Not too bad. So I'm going to do just lengthen the ink. This is the trouble. Whenever I have an ink pad open on the work surface, I seem to lean on it. I'm just a messy stamper. What can I say? So I'm just going to stamp this. I'm not stamping very well at all today. That's not good. I'll just stamp it better there. Wait, there we go. It's better. It will do. I should put that over there because I'm rushing slightly because I don't want to just watching me just move that so I don't lean in it again. That can go. So that's my inside. I'm quite sort of happy with that. I just like some sort of decoration inside a card. I think it always looks better if you have something inside a card as well as just words. So I do like to put some sort of decoration in there. So with this, I am going to just get my trimmer because I want to just trim this down slightly. Actually, do you know what? I think I might just shape it. Yeah. I think, let me just get my snips. So I'm going to just shape it like this. So just shape it and make sure that I've got the same angle on both sides. Use the cut-off bit and hold it against your card so that when you snip it, you get exactly the same angle. So you know those two cuts are parallel. Can you see that? Always a good idea. So I'm going to stick my glimmer paper down first. I think we're going to have that somewhere up here. Again, you can choose where you have it, wherever you want. And then I'm going to put my deepest sympathy on the top of that. And I'm going to, again, stick this down flat because I'm going to put some dimension on my doves. It wouldn't matter if I had a bit of dimension on this one as well. I'm trying to get it in the middle of that banner because I want it to stick there. That's it. So again, I'm going to put some of my difficult to get off dimensionals on here. Now, I do have a little blue olive branch, but I'm not sure it'll really match because I've used grey for my banner, so I don't really want to use my blue olive branch. Not quite right at all. But I'm just going to have my doves just sitting on the card to add a bit more interest to that front. Really simple card, but so my doves will just fly around by my deepest sympathy like that. And just to finish off the card, I'm going to use some of these hues of blue flowers. If I can open them. Struggling with peeling anything that's sticky off today. These are beautiful, and as I say, they come in 3 colours. So you've got Cloud Cover, Misty Moonlight and Night of Navy. And for this particular one, I've got Night of Navy in my leaves and Misty Moonlight here. I think probably, let me just hold one of these up and see. I don't think we'll see that as well. Let's just see. No, it'll be lost completely. So we will use the darker ones, I think. So I'm just going to have a couple just dotted around. Not to have too many. I have one on my thing there, and we'll have one possibly just down here. Yeah. So just added a couple of gems on there to add a little bit of interest. Don't know why I keep using dark colours for my cards, which is more difficult to see, especially when it's a dull day like today. But there we go. That is my 3rd card using this gorgeous suite. Do have a think about it. As I say, we can make Christmas cards like I did, but also you can do sympathy cards. You can use going away cards. You can use, let's have a look again at these. Just love, peace, joy and love. Another one nice for Christmas. Sending or wishing you. You can use with those, of course. All the best in your new adventure. Sending you love, for example, all the best in your new adventure. With deepest sympathy, heartfelt prayers, peace on earth, and big hugs for a good friend. That fits beautifully into the frame, by the way. So, I can show you. It will sit into the frame nicely. All of these do. They fit in, which is just nice if you want to use the frames each time. So there are my 3 cards. I hope you've enjoyed what I've shown you today. I hope you like this set. I hope you like the cards. And as always, all the measurements and everything will be on the blog as soon as I publish them, which will be very soon. Just need to take pictures of the cards so I can put those in the blog. And I will see you again soon. I am not here next week. There will not be a live next week because I'm actually on holiday. We're going away. We're going down to County Wicklow. Just put me up so you can see me. There we go. We're going down to County Wicklow for a week. So no crafting next week, I'm afraid. But I will be back the week after that, which is the last day of September, the 30th of September, for my next live. So I hope to see you again then. There will be a vlog later this week with some of the cards we're making at my craft class on Thursday. If I get time to do more than one, then I'll put one up that'll just be there to come up on the blog next week. Not promising though, because I might not have time. So I hope you can join me again in 2 weeks' time on the 30th of September. Thank you for joining me today. Just remember, everything is at craftycarolscards.co.uk. To find out exactly what I'm doing, just sign up for my emails there and you'll get to know every week what I'm doing or what I'm not doing, as in the case.